Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hassan Bazzi and I will be your MC for tonight's event. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome all of you this evening to another stride in this journey that will reach Washington, D.C. soon enough to start a new chapter in the history of this vibrant community, of this great state, of this magnificent country. With Senator Nasser Beydoun leading the way to a more prosperous future and headlining the genuine representation of all people of America the Beautiful.
All right.
Please rise for the national anthem performed by the Detroit Youth Choir. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Great job.
Let's give him another round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you. We are a few minutes late on the program, and thanks for the guys, they were standing there. We have to call them so many times. That's okay. Our first speaker is renowned comedian, writer, and professor, known globally for his work both in entertainment and activism. He provides a strong voice for our community in times of need. He represents this community as trustworthy ambassador who will put forth a great impression of who we truly are. Please join me in welcoming Amir Zahar.
All right, good evening, Masal Khair. Good evening. Let's get the energy up a little bit. Let's try this again. Good evening. I am very honored to be with all of you here tonight. Such a room of wonderful and high-achieving, overachieving Arab Americans. We all know that we are an overachieving community, and so I am very honored to be among you all here tonight. We are here tonight to take the first step in this historic run to elect Nasser as the next senator of the state of Michigan. That's why we're here tonight. And I am supporting Nasser for some very simple reasons, because I know who he is, I know what kind of person he is, I know that he is going to stand up for the values in our community, and I know that his campaign is going to ask the hard questions that no other campaign will ask. That here in Michigan, in the state that has the highest concentration of Arab Americans, that has the capital of Arab America in Dearborn. I always call Dearborn the Arab Disneyland wherever I go. And I travel around the world. I just got done with a tour in Amman, and I'm going to go to Palestine later in the summer. I was in Canada, and everywhere that I go, whenever I say the word Dearborn, I don't care what Arab they are, wherever they are in the world, they know what I'm talking about. They have heard of Dearborn. And so it is up to us to make sure that in Dearborn and in the state of Michigan, that is home to the Arab American capital and the largest Arab American community, that we make sure we stand behind a senatorial candidate that respects us and respects our issues. Not somebody who is going to be a lackey for AIPAC, the bad AIPAC. Not somebody who is going to do whatever the Israeli lobby tells them, but someone who's going to stand up and say no to the Zionist powers in the American government, and say no to the Israeli lobby, and say that Palestinian human rights should be at the center of our foreign policy. Things are changing in our community. I don't know if you, in our country. I don't know if you all see it, but it is changing on the ground. The fight for Palestinian rights is becoming more of a mainstream fight. Inside the Democratic Party, people are becoming more sympathetic to the Palestinian cause, especially young people. So now is as good a time as any other time to have a candidate that's going to stand up for everyone in our community, and especially stand for a principled foreign policy that says no to continued oppression of the Palestinian people. Do you want a candidate like that? I want a candidate like that, and we have to make sure that we are supporting Nasser. Now, I'm a comedian. I get paid to tell jokes. And I get paid okay, but I don't get paid like you. I saw the cars in the parking lot. I don't get paid like you guys. But tonight, I made sure that I started a fundraising campaign page for Nasser that I'm going to be sharing with all my networks, and the first donation came from me for $1,000. There's no way anyone should be leaving this room tonight giving any less than that. If the comedian is giving that, everyone else got to be giving at least that much, if not a lot more, all right? I just drive a regular German car. I saw a brand new Range Rover out there. That guy should be given $10,000. Everyone needs to be making sure that they are supporting Nasser as much as they can, because this is going to be a historic campaign for our community, and this is going to be a campaign where we send a message that someone in our campaign can win with the right kind of messaging, and someone in our community can win by saying that they stand up for the rights of everyone around the world and not bowing down to the special interests. So please make sure that you...
Where do they go to make those funds?
Well, you can go to actblue.com and start a fundraising page like I did today. That's the best way to do it. Go to actblue.com, search for Nasser, and then say that you want to start a fundraising page and share that. All of you here tonight are leaders because you walked into this room tonight. But you know 10 or 20 or 30 people that didn't come here tonight, that are in your network. So you are not only worth whatever donation you're going to make here tonight, you should be worth that money that you're going to get from all the people in your circles. So you should be worth 10 times whatever you're bringing in here tonight, because our community is strong, we are well-to-do, and we have to make sure. Listen, we're having a meeting tonight, having a party about being Arab American. But trust me when I tell you that because Nasser is in this race, there are other people having meetings to make sure that we never have meetings. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure that we are standing up for those in our community who stand up for us. And so I'll do a little exercise that I do every time I speak, that we have to make sure that we stand up and support each other. So I want you to look at somebody on your table, if you know them or if you don't know them, and tell them, I'm happy to see you tonight. Good, good, good. Now I want you to look at this person and tell them, I'm proud of you. Good. Now I want you to look at these people and tell them, I love you. Because we have to stand up for each other and support each other all the time. So let's work as hard as we can tonight to be the kickoff event to make sure that Nasser is our next senator from the state of Michigan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amir. Another round of applause for Amir Zahar. Thank you. Thank you. Also want to take the opportunity to welcome all of you, dignitaries, judges, elected officials, and the people are running for offices. Thank you for your services, and always remember, there's a community elected you, and the community will stand behind you if you do the right job. Thank you and welcome for tonight. Thank you. الحضور الكريم نلتقي في هذه الأمسية الجميلة في محطة جميلة جديدة من مسيرة الفوز والنجاح. نلتقي لنستكمل مسيرة العطاء والتقدم والتفاعل وتعزيز الحضور العربي الأمريكي كمكون أساسي وأصيل في هذه المنطقة وفي هذه الولاية وفي هذا الوطن. المسيرة التي بدأها ناصر بيضون وأبناء جيله وبنى عليها الجيل الجديد المتنور والشجاع والذي يحقق الإنجازات الباهرة ويمشي بخطى ثابتة من فوز إلى فوز ومن نجاح إلى نجاح. ترجم ناصر بيضون وجيله ببراعة إرث الرواد الذين بادروا إلى تمكين المجتمع العربي الأمريكي وتعزيزه، وليس بين الرواد من أعطى بلا مقابل وعمل بلا حساب أكثر من الصديق والوجه المعروف الأستاذ أسامة السبلاني الموجود في الساحات الإعلامية والسياسية والمؤسسية على الدوام والذي يشاركنا في هذه الأمسية. الكلمة للأستاذ أسامة السبلاني.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Where is Amir?
We're here.
Amir, publishers make less than comedians. Much less. So if you gave $1,000, we're going to have to talk about this. Maybe I will start telling some jokes instead of writing newspapers. I wanted to say some controversial things tonight. Some people say, and they tell me, that what's Nasser doing? There is no way. It's way, way above our grade. To run for US Senate, mayor maybe, city council, board of education, Congress, we have achieved this, but senator, US senator, maybe this is too far for a shot. I'll tell you, if you had told this to Barack Obama in 2008, you would be terribly wrong, because Barack Obama was an underdog running for president. So I'll say, yes, we can do it. We did it as a mayor, we did it as commissioners, we did it as members of Congress, and now we have to do it as US senators for the following reasons. You know, as we speak today, I sent 2 letters. One of them to Senator Gary Peters, and another one to Senator Debbie Stabenow. Today, these letters, 2 letters, they speak about the waiver, the visa waiver program. Do you know, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, that there are 17 senators, US senators, signed an AIPAC, the Israeli PAC, letter to the president, to the State Department, saying that they support a visa waiver program for the Israelis. What's visa waiver program? It means that an Israeli citizen can fly to the United States without a visa. He is welcome, granted a visa right at the airport. Now, in a diplomatic world, the United States of America should insist that its citizens, when they travel to Israel, they are dealt with an equal way of receiving them and giving them visa and treating them with dignity. That, my brothers and sisters, is not happening. Amir will tell you, Palestinian Americans who are traveling to Israel to the occupied territory. Unfortunately, they have to go through the Israeli gates. They are treated like criminals. They are not treated equally, and they're not granted visa waiver like we are giving to the Israelis in this country. So the letters that I sent to the both senators who signed the Israeli PAC letter without any consideration for our community, as we are the largest Arab community in the United States. They come and they take our money and they take our vote and they spit in our face. Not only in this incident, and I am responsible about what I am saying. We have been complaining for years after September 11 on the treatment that we are getting at the airport and the borders. Every time a Muslim and an Arab come to the airport or to the borders, most likely he will be on the watch list and he will be searched and humiliated. After 14, 15 hours flight, they keep them for hours at the airport. Recently, there has been a revelation that 90% of the so-called terrorist watch list are Muslims. It's unbelievable. And then we have a senator who is the head of the Department of Homeland Security in the Congress, in the Senate. He is the chair of the Department of Homeland Security. We have been meeting and talking and promising, but nothing is happening. Third, in the last election, Senator Stabenow, who is by the way not running, won by 75,000 votes against her Republican challenger, John James. 75,000 votes. Now, how many votes do we have? Do you know that we have given the Democratic Party and Debbie Stabenow, Gary Peters, and Joe Biden in the last 5 years, 6 years, 72% of our votes? Now you do the math. If she won by 75,000 votes, how much she owes us? And how much Gary Peters owes us when he won by 150,000 votes? And let's talk about Joe Biden, who won by a similar number in Michigan. Last year, we stood by the Democratic Party and we gave them our votes under enormous pressure from the Republicans. We gave them 70% of our votes. And what did we get in return? Thank you. That's not talking about the money that we've generated from our own pockets to give to them, which is a substantial number. I think it's enough. I really do. If you do not stand up for what you believe in, if you do not stand up for your rights, no one will stand up for your rights. No one will respect you. No one will come and tell you that, yes, I'm going to do something for you. Number 4, during the campaign of Senator Stabenow and Senator Peters and the presidential campaign of Joe Biden, I personally met with Joe Biden, with the senators, and some of you were on the meeting and maybe separate meetings, and with Blinken and with the campaign, and all what we've asked for is, look, we need a judge on the bench, on the federal bench. I was promised that we will have a federal judge in the U.S. District Court in the Michigan Eastern District here. There are blacks, There are about 7 or 8 Jewish there. There are Latinos, and not Latinos, Asians, but no Arab Americans. Not even a Muslim American. And if you stand on the corner in here and grab the first one, walking, most likely she or he is a lawyer, is a good lawyer. And we have in this hall very qualified judges. They are the best judges in Wayne County. They are the best. I have heard it from their chair. They are the best. So why not on the federal bench? Applied? We applied. Being interviewed? We were interviewed. We're checked by the FBI, checked by the FBI. 8-month investigation, 8-month investigation, and then they come and tell us what? That the Senate is not in a very good mood for ethnic or something else they said, you know, like not ethnic, but diverse candidates. Now you tell me, should we vote for Nasser Beydoun or continue to vote for people like this?
That's right.
That is the answer. That is the answer that we would like to hear in 2024. They need to know and they need to hear that we're not happy. We cannot be treated like this at the airports and the borders. We're not going to continue to complain. We're going to do something about it, this election. And that's why I support the candidacy of Nasser Beydoun. And why not? Why not? I think we will take our case. I think we will take our case, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, to the American public. And I know, in the last 39 years of my public life, I believe in the American people. I believe that this is the country of opportunities. I believe in our Constitution. I believe that we are the people, and we are part of the people. And I believe, and you should believe, that we can do it, and let's do it.
Thank you, Osama. Thank you.
Her mother never graduated high school. They didn't speak English, but they knew how to work hard and raise a loving family. For 30 years, my father woke up every day at 5 a.m., grabbing his lunch on the way out the door to the Ford assembly plant in Wayne, Michigan. He came home exhausted and beat down, but every morning he got back up and did it all over again, so that one day my siblings and I could go to college and have a better future. Despite not knowing the language, my mother clipped coupons from the Sunday paper to stretch every penny at the grocery store. She shopped for bargains at garage sales to ensure that my 4 sisters, brother and I, never went without what we needed. Like so many Americans, our family made our way into the middle class, the old-fashioned way. My parents instilled in me a work ethic that I've carried my entire life. My name is Nasser Beydoun, and I'm running to be Michigan's next U.S. Senator. I'm the immigrant son of a proud UAW member who understands that hardworking people make this country great. I've had success as a small business and restaurant owner. I understand how unions and small businesses are the best economic engines to provide opportunity and create jobs. I also spent my career fighting for civil rights and protecting democracy, for standing up for people who don't have a voice. I've been fighting for the underdog and pushing back against elected officials who put politics over people and who dare put our democracy at risk. I've stood up against the travel bans, against discrimination and bigotry, and taken on the most powerful forces in our government. And now I want to take this fight to the United States Senate, representing the great people of Michigan. Our rights and democracies are under attack. Our country is at the mercy of a two-party system that caters to the extremes on the left and on the right. Now more than ever, we need people in government who understand how to protect civil rights, who have proven they can stand up to injustice. All Americans want the same thing. We want to work hard, put our kids in college without mortgaging our future. We want safe neighborhoods and communities that provide the opportunity to live happy and healthy. Americans across the country are ready to unite, to work together, to reinvent the American dream and take on the big challenges of today. From jobs to climate change to racial injustice, we want to be empowered to work with our neighbors and invest in our communities. It's time to remind the world what we can accomplish if we are united. I've built economic and cultural bridges my entire career, bringing communities together to solve big problems. I'm running for Senate so we can build our economy around people rather than corporations, so we can invest in our schools where our children can learn and educators can teach in safety. I'm running so that no person has to live in poverty and be forced to choose between life-saving medication and putting food on the table. Our state needs strong leadership that fights for all Michiganians. People are betting against me, but they've been betting against me my entire life. So to join the fight, visit nasser4mi.com. Let's rebuild the American dream, one livelihood, one life, one family at a time. Thank you. I think after Amr, Osama, and Zaina, I don't have to say anything. All I have to say is thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Nasser Beydoun, as you've heard, and I stand before you as a candidate for the United States Senate from the great state of Michigan. I'm deeply humbled by your presence and honored by your support. Together, we are embarking on a journey to make a difference, to create positive change, and to bring fresh perspective to the U.S. Senate. Today, we find ourselves at a critical crossroad in our nation's history. We face numerous challenges, both domestically and globally, that demand courageous leadership and unwavering dedication. But in the face of adversity, I believe in the indomitable spirit of the American people. And I believe in the power of our collective action. My friends, I'm not a conventional candidate. I'm not a career politician or a member of the establishment. I am a representative of the people, for the people, and hopefully sent by the people to amplify your voices, your concerns, and your hopes. I stand with you because I am one of you. This campaign is about more than just winning an election. It is about restoring faith in our democratic process. It's about standing up for the principles that have made this nation great. Freedom, justice, and equality for all. It's about ensuring that the American dream is not just a distant mirage, but a tangible reality for every citizen. Together, we'll strive to create good paying union jobs and protect the ones that we have. We'll fight for affordable health care for all Americans. We'll champion education reform so that every child, regardless of their zip code or background, has access to quality and, more importantly, safe schools and opportunities for success. We will advocate for a comprehensive immigration reform that recognizes the contribution of immigrants and strengthens our nation's diversity. And we will work tirelessly to combat climate change and protect our environment for future generations. In addition to that, we will work to protect those things that our community holds dear: strong family values, religious freedom, support for the entrepreneurial spirit, and a more American foreign policy that is fair and balanced, and an end to forever wars. But let me be clear, the road ahead will not be easy. We will face powerful interests that seek to maintain the status quo and protect their own privilege. They will throw obstacles in our path and attempt to diminish our voices. But we will not be deterred. We will not back down. My friends, as Osama said, the naysayers will say he can't win. Our community is not ready. His opponent has raised millions of dollars and has the backing of the establishment and very powerful political players. He was never elected to office. I say to them this: this is Michigan, and only the people of Michigan will decide who is their next U.S. Senator. It will not be Chuck Schumer or the political elites in Washington, but the people in this room and everyone in this state that believes in our mission and hears our voice. Remember the last time the Washington establishment tried to anoint someone? I remember. Her name was Hillary Clinton. Our community rose up and said she does not represent us. And we propelled Bernie Sanders to victory. When they made her the Democratic nominee for president, Michigan voted for Donald Trump. When Joe Biden ran, our community helped him win Michigan. But like many candidates, when he got to office, he forgot about us. These same politicians, including my anointed opponents, sold us for a 25-year war based on a lie. They destroyed the Middle East, killed millions of people, and nearly bankrupted this country. Those same politicians, including my anointed opponent, Alyssa Slotkins, keep telling us that unwavering support for Israel, which includes billions of our tax dollars, when so many of us in this state and across the country are struggling, is sound foreign policy. It is not, and it will never lead to equitable peace. I say, as Osama says, and Amr says, enough is enough. Not only are we going to come out in force, but we will elect one of our own. Don't let the defeatists and the naysayers say different. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue and fight that counts." I remember a time 25 years ago when politicians would not take our money. Look where we are now. Look at the judges in this room. Look at the mayors. Look at the city council people, county commissioners, our own Deputy Attorney General, federal. Let's give her a round of applause. Our next Attorney General. Our Deputy Wayne County Executive, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. Look at our lawyers, our doctors, our pharmacists, our businessmen and women. This campaign is the next interval of that success. Our community is ready. We will show the world what we can do and what we can accomplish. Because what unites us is stronger than what divides us. We are united in a shared vision for a brighter future, a future where every American can thrive and succeed. And together, we will write the story of Michigan, of America, and of what is possible. My friends, tonight is just the beginning. This fundraiser is the first step in the journey that will require all of us to come together, contribute our time, our energy, and our resources. I'm here to ask for your support, and not just in dollars, but dollars do help. We're gonna need a lot of dollars. This race, primary-wise, will probably be about $8 to $10 million. And no, we do not take Lebanese lira. I'm here to ask for your support, not just in dollars, but in spreading the word, engaging your communities, and standing shoulder to shoulder with us on this remarkable journey. I have faith in our ability to make a difference. I have a faith in the power of democracy and the strength of our collective will. Together, we will defy the odds, overcome the challenges, and forge a path towards a better future. Once again, thank you for your support. God bless you, and God bless America.
Thank you, Nasser. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the media outlets that participated tonight. Thank you very much. Also, I would like to thank Mr. ON BEYDOUN. Thank you, and the Bellagio establishment. Let's give him a big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for making this event successful and great. Thank you for your contribution and participation. With you, we'll go all the way to Washington, D.C. With you, we will make Senator Nasser BEYDOUN a reality. With you, we can bet on BEYDOUN. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant night. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan, and God bless America. Thank you.